Kwesi, what's your last name?
Why?
Just because I'm in this hospital, I like to know who you are.
Hey?
What's your last name?
My first name is Kwesi.
What's your last name?
Why do you want to know this one?
Because you're a professional here and I'd like to know who I'm dealing with. For my
Deborah.
lawyer. Huh?
Deborah.
Deboa.
Yeah.
Kwesi Deboa. And Zobia. What's Zobia's last name?
Why can't you ask them?
She's just round the corner, I can see her. Zobia, what's your last name? And Mena, what's her last name? So I'm waiting for Dr. Lacoste and Dr. James. What time will they be arriving?
Honestly, we've talked about this.
9 o'clock.
We haven't talked about it.
9 o'clock, are they coming? I asked for you to call them, actually.
We've talked about it earlier on.
I've asked you to tell them to come ASAP.
It doesn't work like that.
It does.
They've got a time of...
You make up the rules here, it seems. Yesterday,
Sorry.
when Cardinia took me out,
Swear for us to do such
when
a...
Cardinia took me out to go and get some stuff,
People are sleeping.
I came back and she left me in my room alone for an hour with a bag of razor blades while I was having a shower.
What was
And
that?
I'm on a class 2 section.
What was that?
When she took me out yesterday.
So why is there a razor blade?
So is that not neglect? If I'm on a class 2 section for suicide,
It's not on the rates.
do you... What's her name? Cardinia then leave me alone in a room to have a shower on my own for 3 hours with a bag of razor blades?
It depends on the rates. It depends on the
Yeah.
rates that you call it neglect. It's not necessarily neglect.
So when I arrived here, my ex-husband just swapped he's called Roger, he had just swapped a flat with a man called Warren.
Alison,
Now I arrived here today. When I arrived that day, there was a Roger and there was a Warren, funny enough. And Alex, the nurse, kept calling me Helen, which is Roger's ex-girlfriend and where my children are staying at the moment. And she said, oh no, it was a mistake. She kept calling the Chinese woman Helen, but Helen's real name is Tensei, and it doesn't sound like Helen at all. What's your last name, Zobia? Well, I would like to give it to my lawyer. What's your last name, Zobia? Is it really your name, Zobia? Why is this Chinese woman, Sensei, which doesn't sound like anything like Helen, which Alex the nurse kept calling me Helen, on my first day here, with other inmates called Warren and Roger, and she was called Alex after my dead brother, and she kept calling me Helen by mistake where my children are staying at the moment. Isn't that a bit weird? Now, why all the women should be locked up? You've locked all the other women up. Why have you allowed this Chinese woman to sit at the corridor day in and day out? Why is she allowed to go in? She's been caught going into that old man's room and he calls her good girl during the day. Isn't that neglect? This is supposed to be a mental health hospital. Shouldn't you be protecting her from being taken advantage by old men that call her good girl during the day and she sleeps in his bed at night? Shouldn't you be protecting her? I mean, Sensei sounds nothing like Helen, does it? So I don't know why Alex, the nurse, kept calling me Helen. And wasn't it a coincidence the day that my ex, Roger, swapped flats with a Warren that I come into Highgate and there's a Warren and a Roger? Isn't that odd? Oh, and we had a Cameron as well, that's right. Good morning. What's your name?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yao. Yao.
Morning.
Good morning. Didn't Shen say come and join you tonight?
Don't come to mind.
Well, Roger told me yesterday that she slept in your bed.
Oh, you live in anything.
And that's what Roger said. And that's why you call her good girl during the day. What's your name again? Yao. So you're called Yao? Dr. Yao? Sorry, excuse me. What's your name?
I came to see you.
No, I just need to know your name.
No, you
No. I'd like to know your name. Dr. Yao?
spoken to them if you
Dr. Yao. Could I see your badge? Dr. Yao. So I'd like to know if Dr. Lacoste gave me 2 hours leave each day, how come the nurses here didn't give me 2 hours a day? They just wound me up to the point I went insane because I didn't get my 2 hours a day that the doctor said I could have, but the nurses here just kept winding me up, saying they were short-staffed, which they weren't, because there was only about 6 patients in the whole ward. I don't know where the whole... You said there was like 50. Where are they? It's really weird. There's only about 5, 6, 7 at a time here.